What is up guys? It is Monday the 16th of January and I am currently on my way to the gym. For those of you that watched my previous videos, you'll know that Monday is my one day off from the Opera House a week. So you're probably wondering why on earth I'm going to the gym on my one day off. First of all, my number one reason is that I love training. It is such a passion of mine and it's not work for me. It's something I love to do and I will never complain about having to go to the gym. Second of all, my body is my brand. If you guys see me slacking and out of shape, what kind of example does that set? And it's what I do. It's what I want to make my career out of. Linked to that is one of the many reasons that I love fitness, is that it can't be faked and it can't be bought with money. If you see someone with a good body, that's healthy, they're strong, they can't abort that. They have to work for it. It's only hard work that gets you there. And that is what I love about fitness and this job and this career, that money can't buy it, only hard work. So today's training session and workout is going to be my explosive upper body. This is for developing power in pas de deux, just to be able to really explode off the mark with upper body. Rarely do you ever see lifts in pas de deux that are not fast. You do get deadlifts in ballet, but most of the time the lifts happen in split seconds. This is quite an advanced workout. There are quite a few Olympic lifts involved, so I wouldn't recommend this if you're just starting out in training and fitness and working out in general. I'm going to do a commentary over this video where I recommend some exercises if you are a beginner or you're not yet strong enough or confident enough in doing the Olympic lifts. This is an ideal workout if you're a ballet dancer, an athlete, you play rugby, anything that involves the upper body and you need power and speed when doing it. So give it a go, definitely incorporate some of these lifts, if not all of them, into your training sessions, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Welcome guys to the commentary of my explosive upper body workout. So if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I almost always start all of my upper body workouts with pull-ups. In this particular workout, I superset my pull-ups with clap press-ups. Pull-ups just have so many benefits for your body. First of all, they're really convenient to do. You just need a bar. That's literally it. They're also a really fundamental compound upper body exercise. If you do squats to build your legs, then you do pull-ups for your upper body. I superset pull-ups with clap push-ups because they're two contrasting muscles. The pull-ups work your back and the clap press-ups work your chest and triceps. Push-ups are just a really great overall exercise, and when you do clap push-ups, you have to explode so violently to get yourself off of the floor that your muscles contract incredibly fast. If you can do more than 30 press-ups, then I'll definitely recommend you start putting clap press-ups into your training. Next up, we have what I call a tricep. This is where you do 3 exercises back to back without rest. Here, I'm doing the muscle snatch into the hang snatch into an overhead squat. These would be classed as Olympic lifts and they are advanced, so I would not recommend you try them if you are a beginner. The reason I do the muscle snatch is that it's the perfect strength and power hybrid movement. You have to move the bar quickly from the start position to the overhead position in one movement. This means you'll be developing some serious fast twitch muscle fibers. The great thing about this is that the bar will slow down near the top of the movement, and that's when your strength comes in. And only if you're strong can you get that bar to a lockout position. In ballet, this is almost exactly like a pressage. Next, I'm doing a hang snatch. These are a lot more technical, but you develop serious power and explosive strength from doing these. If you notice, it takes less than a second for me to get the bar from below my knees to over my head in one movement. That's serious speed, and to be moving a heavy weight whilst doing that can only translate into more power. The reason I do it just below my knees is that it's much harder and more technical to do it straight from the floor like you'd see in the Olympics or in competitions. I personally am not technically proficient enough to be able to do that yet, so that's why I'm doing it from the hang. The hang is the position just below the knees. Finally, I'm doing overhead squats. These are a phenomenal tool for correcting any imbalances in your body, especially in your hips, glutes and lower back. Having the bar overhead works your core and lower back massively. It takes such strength and total body contraction to be able to do this movement that it's great for developing strength. What's great about this movement is that it can tell if you have tight hip flexors or tight glutes, or your hamstrings aren't as flexible as they should be. It's really good for showing any problem areas. Now, if you are new to Olympic weightlifting or just weightlifting in general, I would not recommend this particular tricep as it is quite advanced. If you want to do this particular workout, instead of this movement, I would recommend you do medicine ball slams. These are a great tool for developing power, and it's what I get beginner trainees to do. Next up, I'm doing a power clean. This is another variation of an Olympic lift. It uses almost every muscle in your body. It's actually predominantly a shoulder exercise, but it seriously hits your posterior chain hard. It will work your legs, your calves, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So it really is a total body exercise, despite me doing it on my upper body day. This is a movement that can't be done slowly, which is again a reason why it's so great for developing explosive power and speed. Power cleans really get your heart rate up, so it's great for cardiovascular work and also fat loss. If you're an athlete or a dancer or you're training for a sport, power cleans are a must in your workout. Because you're pulling the bar from the ground, it really trains your explosiveness from a dead stop position. This is great if you're running or jumping, such as when you're dancing, playing football, playing rugby, pretty much any sport. Also, like pull-ups, it is great for grip strength. Again, if you're trying this workout, I wouldn't recommend performing the power clean from the floor. What I would recommend is that you try the hang clean, which is the same movement, but you just start with the bar just below your knees. So that's kind of the Olympic lifting and explosive less than 1 second lifts portion of my workout done. Next up, we have a superset of close grip bench press with behind the neck lat pull downs. Almost any upper body exercise that requires you to push will work your triceps. If you're doing a shoulder press or if you're dancing and you're pushing a girl overhead, such as when doing a pressage, you're using your triceps. By strengthening your triceps, you'll make this much more efficient and stronger, which will make a better lift. And this is where the close grip bench press comes in. You really want to keep your elbows close to your body on the way down and on the way up. Don't flare them out. Now we're on to a back exercise with the behind the neck lat pull downs. These get quite a bad reputation because a lot of people have injured themselves doing them behind the neck. There is a certain level of risk when doing these behind the neck. So it is important to properly educate yourself so that you don't have any unnecessary injuries. This exercise really hits your upper back muscles hard. One of the reasons I like this exercise so much is that it keeps my shoulders back, and I have a tendency to let my shoulders roll forward, but doing this exercise really helps me to feel my back engaging. If you're going to try these and you're new to training, pull the bar down to your chest, not behind your neck. The final portion of this workout is going to be another superset of chest supported rows with weighted back extensions. You can probably see by now that I focus a lot on my back. I've had back injuries before, and I've also realized how important it is to have a strong back. What I love about the chest supported row is that you can't cheat it. By your chest being supported, you can only use your back and arm muscles to bring that weight up. You're not bouncing around and using your legs. It's literally only your back doing the work. My tips for chest supported rows is to really squeeze your back at the top, and also don't use momentum to do the exercise. Pause at the bottom and pause at the top. Back extensions really work your spinae erectors, which are those long, thick muscles that run up and down your back on either side of your spine. The purpose of these muscles are literally to protect your spine and also to assist with any bending laterally or forward and backwards. They're really just to protect your spine, which is why it's so important to train them. So I'm back from the gym. I had a good session. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. It's not a very bro or muscle building session that it's all about developing power. That's why the reps are quite low and just really focus on explosive work. So now I'm going with my post-workout meal. As it's my day off, it's pancakes. So we're making protein pancakes today. Now I do love normal pancakes. You just can't beat the fluffiness you get from them. But when you're watching your nutrition and your macros, you do have to be careful. The great thing about protein pancakes is that because the calories are less, you can actually go a bit more wild with the toppings. So you can use maple syrup, whipped cream, blueberries, fruit, Nutella, peanut butter, you can go nuts. So I'm gonna show you the ingredients now, and then I'm gonna take you through the process. So for these protein pancakes, we're using My Protein Cinnamon Danish Whey Protein, chocolate chips, because what are pancakes without chocolate chips, milk, baking soda, 1 egg, and plain flour. Now, if you're not gluten intolerant, you shouldn't be afraid of flour. We use very little, only about 3 tablespoons. If you are intolerant to gluten or gluten-free, you can use spelt flour, gluten-free oat flour, coconut flour. I'm not sure what other flours there are, but I'm sure there are many, and they'll go just fine in this recipe. Okay guys, so quite awkward to film this. My kitchen is not good for doing cooking tutorials. So I hope you guys can see. If you have any questions about the recipe, just ask. So to begin with, you just gotta beat 1 egg. By beating the egg before adding the ingredients, you make the pancakes more fluffy. So I don't normally weigh the flour, I just do about 3 tablespoons, but I'm gonna weigh it today so that you guys can know exactly how much I'm using. And they're not actual tablespoon size, they're like what you'd use to eat cereal with. So that works out at about 35 grams of flour. And now you just gotta whisk that up. So it ends up quite thick, but you want to add the milk last. Next up, you're going to do a scoop of protein powder and half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now whisk that up and slowly add milk, about 1 tablespoon at a time. When making protein pancakes, you want the batter to be quite thick, therefore you can control the portion size when it's in the pan. If it's too runny, it's just gonna go everywhere and you're just gonna end up with like a really thin, dry pancake. You want these to be quite small in diameter and quite thick. Once you've made your batter, you wanna let it sit for maybe 10-15 minutes. This allows the baking soda to react with all the liquids in it, and then that's what gives you fluffy pancakes. So here I'm using a non-stick pan which I've oiled slightly with butter. You can use any kind of oil you want. You can use coconut oil, butter, olive oil, a cooking spray, just whatever you have really. But the thing with protein pancakes is that they can get quite dry, so you really don't want them sticking, otherwise you're gonna have a nightmare getting it off the pan. Also, you want the pan at quite a low heat. I have an electric hob, so it's hard to tell, but I have it at around number 6, number 7. So you wanna do small little groups of pancakes. Not too big, they'll spread out. So I'm gonna try to do 4 at a time. And as soon as they're in, you want to add your chocolate chips. So I'd recommend cooking them for sort of 1 to 2 minutes aside. When you start to see them bubble, that's time to flip. The thing with protein pancakes is you don't want to overcook them because then they get really dry. So they look like they're ready to flip. So you can see how they get that rise to them. That's the baking soda, and that is the trick to fluffy pancakes. And here is the finished product. So as you can see, that mix makes about 8 pancakes, and now I'm gonna go wild with the toppings. You've got some light whipped cream, which just means it's lower in fat, which is great for macros, and some maple syrup, because you cannot have pancakes without maple syrup. I might even put a few more chocolate chips on top. I'm just looking at the macros for that meal. I've just put it into my MyFitnessPal, and the pancakes on their own, 1 serving, which is 8 pancakes, is 10.6 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. So in total for all 8, that's 323 calories. Those are amazing macros. Try it, let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, put it in the comments. So there you have it with all the toppings. That is a good post-workout meal. So guys, I'm gonna end this vlog here alongside my lovely new neighbor, the crane driver. We do wave to each other every morning. But yeah, it's quite disconcerting having someone so close to you all the time. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. Any questions about it, put it in the comments below. Also, please try the protein pancakes. Let me know how they go, put them on Instagram, use the hashtag StadlerFitness, and I'll see you then. Also, any questions you have about them, please send them to me. I'll be more than happy to give my advice. Please like and share, hit those buttons. It does matters for my confidence and also for the channel. It makes me want to do more and more vlogs for you guys. Have a good week, and I'll catch you in the next one.